Hello, this is attorney Sherrod Seward, known for doing visa work with a lot of combat sports fighters, doing an evaluation for a fighter and looking at Nunc Pro Tunc. This particular fighter has a visa that's expired 2023, and there are things that we can do about that to get it rectified. All right, so I'm going to kind of give an evaluation of their situation. All right. So for fighters, we usually put them in O1 or P1. A lot of times, if we can, we put them in O1 if they've had a world championship fight or national team experience, because there's certain things they can do on that they can't do on the P1, especially if they don't have fights already lined up. So let's go ahead and look up their box rec. Okay. So one thing we like to see is definitely an international ranking. Above 300 is great. So here the boxer is rated 64 in their weight class. We see that they've already fought in the United States. Let's see. You can see who the promoter was. Larry Goldberg. Boxer Insider Promotions. Okay. I'm not familiar with him, but it is good that he's already had a P1 and has been doing his thing. Okay, so here we have a world championships, well, an international super light. Looks like he lost that particular championship, but he did win one here. So he does have a title belt with international significance that we can use. So he's definitely great for a P1. Obviously, he's already had one before, but we just like to reconfirm. So he's got the ranking and he has a championship under his belt and body of work. So the next thing we need to look at, and I bring myself, is what are we going to do about the expiration part where his visa expired? Well, one thing we need to do is address it quickly and sooner than later. And what we do a lot of times is we'll say, and it's true that there's a miscommunication between the fighter and his promoter, especially when there's a change. And a lot of times the fighter's under the assumption that the promoter is taking care of their visa work and there's no problems there and they don't let it lapse. And a lot of times we find out that there's indeed a problem later on. So I'm going to reshare my screen to show what we do about this. So over here, I did a Google search, Nunc Pro Tunc Argument, and we come up at the top of it. But basically what we do is when we submit the petition, we're also going to make an argument that shows reasons why that the person was unable to address the expiration status during their time. Likely, you really want to do this when it's under 6 months. But we do have a proven record of getting this rectified even beyond 2 years when there's been a discrepancy there. And so that's the same thing we'd like to do in this argument. So the P1 has its own fees, and then usually for the Nunc Pro Tunc argument, it costs another $1,000 for that to go in. But it's absolutely necessary in this case so that he doesn't have any lapses in his work authorization. In the worst case scenario, if it's not approved, one is if you're in the country and you happen to have a work visa already there, it helps if there's ever a removal defense, worst case scenario. Then also, even if the change of status is denied, meaning that they do not approve the Nunc Pro Tunc argument, he still can be approved for the P1 visa and go try the consular process and come back in. Although in this case, it might be very dangerous thing to do and probably want the boxer to stay in the United States, because if they're not granted that waiver, even though it's very possible they can get one, they will be stuck outside the United States and probably subjected to a ban of some time. So that's my evaluation. I hope that you get this well. The team will take care of you from here on out, but I think they can do regular processing with a Nunc Pro Tunc argument, and the team will share the fees. Thank you very much.